Hi guys, welcome to today's video where I'm doing favourites, and there is one fail for March. It's already April already. The year is going very quickly. So let's get started on this. The first one, I've got a list in front of me so I don't forget anything. And although this was released earlier than March, I picked this up in March. And this is the Tom Ford quad. This is in Forbidden Pink. There were two other quads released as well. There was the Cherry Smoke and the Electric Cherry. I didn't pick up either of those. I wouldn't mind trying out the Electric Cherry one, but I'll just see if I can get my hands on it. The Cherry Smoke's in New Zealand, the Electric Cherry isn't. This quad here, the Forbidden Pink, although it's more got rose undertones, is just absolutely beautiful. This looks much better on the eye than I thought it was going to. It's just gorgeous. I'm wearing it today and I've probably worn it since I got it. You can see there's quite a bit of use in there. I've probably worn it, this is probably my 7th or 8th time, and that's saying a lot considering how much makeup I have in my collection. I think this is absolutely beautiful. It is the creme formula. And I love this shade up here, and I've put it through this part over my eye today. It is just beautiful and has a wet look, but it's not over the top. I just think this is such a beautiful Tom Ford palette, and the pink packaging is really gorgeous as well. Another favourite is the Guerlain Luminizer that was released not too long ago. This is in the shade, I'll just double check. It is 00 Cool Ivory. There were two shades released. The other one is more of a warm gold. I love this. When I reviewed it on my video, I really raved about it. I just think it's beautiful. It is a luminizer, so it's more of a soft look. You're not going to get that disco ball or wet look with a highlighter. I've got this on today, and what I've done is I've just swept it over the top of my blush, and I've also put a little bit on my brow bone as well. Now, I really put a luminizer or highlighter on my brow bone. I just don't like that look on me. But because this is just so subtle, really gorgeous, I really like applying it here. And on video, I also put it down the bridge of my nose, which I hardly ever do either. And I put some around here. It just gives this really beautiful glow. It is subtle and soft, and I think that it is super flattering for mature skin. I think this is really gorgeous. And then we've got the Hermes bronzers. Now, I did pick this up before March in February, and I forgot to include it in my February favorites, but I love these bronzers. The formula of these is just silky smooth. This is the shade 03 Sahara. I also have the shade 02 in Atlas. I did a dedicated video on this, and I swatched it together with a whole lot of other bronzers in my collection. And although in the video I had the shade, it was 02 Atlas at that time, and because I love the formula so much, I since picked up this shade. And although I still will use Atlas, it's quite a bit warmer than this one. But this shade here, the 03 Sahara, I think is gorgeous. I'm wearing it today. I think it is really beautiful. These blend beautifully, and like I was saying, they are just silky smooth, and I just think they look gorgeous on the skin. Next is the Victorian Beckham Beauty. This is the Eyewear. The only shade that I didn't pick up out of this was the yellow one. I really didn't think I would get much use out of that shade. But I did pick up this pink sort of lilac shade. And out of them all, I think there's one Pecan that I think is a really beautiful shade. But this one is just absolutely gorgeous. And when you pair it with a brown shade, it really does look absolutely beautiful. So I put the brown shade more to the outer corner and blend it out, and then pop the shade through here, and it's just so pretty. And although it's autumn here in New Zealand, I know for most of my subscribers you are in spring now, and I think this is such a beautiful spring shade. The formula of these are beautiful. You have about probably about 30 seconds because these do dry down and they are long wearing. So I tend to do one eye at a time, pop the shade on and then blend it out. In the video I blended it out using my fingers, and I think might have been the third eye look that I did, I used a brush. They work really well blending out with your fingers if that's what you prefer to do. It's just that I like using a brush more, and both ways they just blend out really beautifully. I also found that these were, for me, really long wearing, and the days that I've worn them, and I have worn them since on a couple of days, in between days that I am reviewing and trying out other new makeup, and I've worn them I think for normally about 14 hours, and I find that they wear really well. I have oily skin and I also have oily eyelids, although I do wear an eyeshadow primer. I use the MAC Paint Pot, but I find these really long wearing, beautiful colours and easy to blend. If you want to see all the swatches of these, then I'll put a link up to that video here. And next I want to mention a fail, and this is a Charlotte Tilbury, and it's Take It All Off, and this is an eye makeup remover. I use quite a budget eye makeup remover or mid-range one. I either use a Nivea one or I really like the Clinique one as well. And I thought I would give this a try, and I actually think I bought this more towards the end of last year. I've used it about twice and I didn't like it as an eye makeup remover, so I've put it in my room here thinking when I'm doing swatches and videos I'll use this to take them off, but I keep forgetting to do it. I just use makeup wipes instead while I'm doing my videos, so I think I'm going to pass this on to someone else. When I use an eye makeup remover, I saturate the cotton pad and I press it on my eye for about 10 to 20 seconds, and then normally that gets, and then I just gently swipe the pad down, and that usually gets the majority of my makeup off, and then I just very gently go over my lashes and tidy up and take off what's left. But what I found with this, and I don't know whether I can explain it, but once you've put it on and it sort of removes it and moves the product round, but doesn't seem to take off a lot on the pad. So you've got to keep swiping and swiping, and really, since your eye is such a delicate area of your face, I really don't want to be doing that. So it sort of just smudges the product around, and then when you go to swipe it off, it doesn't all come off like it does with my other two eye makeup removers. So this one is definitely a fail for me. And next is a product that I think I forgot to mention in my February favourites and fails video. And this is the MAC and Richard Quinn collection. They came out with quite a few different products. There was an eyeshadow, there's the blush, and this is the blush, which I absolutely love. There was also a highlighter, also some lipsticks and lip liners as well, I think. Apart from the packaging being absolutely beautiful, this feels like a satin, and I think this is just beautiful. The blush itself, and it is called the Powder Blush Duo, and it is Sunset Boulevard. This is absolutely gorgeous. I am wearing this today. I have got the Guerlain, the Luminizer over the top, but I just swirl these two shades together, and I think this is a really beautiful blush. I also love the polka dot packaging in here. It's really, really gorgeous. And I did review this whole collection, and if I remember when editing, I will put a link up here if you want to take a look at that. Now next I'm going to talk about a perfume. I'm not that great at giving descriptions on perfume, and this one I did a blind buy. I watched the video of Al Feisty when she reviewed this perfume, and it is the Tom Ford the Cherry Smoke. And after the description that she gave, I thought I'm really gonna like this. And also I asked another person that is very good with fragrances, and that was Geeta, and she described it to me as well. So between Al Feisty and Geeta, I thought, yes, I'm going to blind buy this. So it comes in two sizes. There is the 30 mils, which I picked up, and that's just what she looks like inside. So this is the 30 mils. I wish I'd picked up the 50 mils. When I got this and sprayed it on, I absolutely loved it. Now with the Lost Cherry, the original one, I have tried a couple of samples of that and I do really like it. It's just that I've never bought a bigger size of that yet, but this is just absolutely beautiful. I like quite a variety of fragrances. I like the florals and the lighter ones, but I also like deep, the tobacco and leather and smoky sorts as well. So there's a whole lot of different fragrances in my collection. So I'm just going to take it out of its box again. So the Tom Ford Cherry Smoke, the top notes are sour cherry and saffron. The middle notes are leather, olive, Chinese osmanthus and apricot. And the base notes are woody notes and smoke. This is beautiful. Now perfumes are different for each person and it really is a personal thing. Some people find that Tom Ford fragrances don't last on them. I find that they do on me, and some people find how they smell if they spray it on a little bit of paper to how it is on their skin can be different as well, but I don't find that at all. What they smell like to me on a little bit of paper is exactly the same as when I put them on my skin, and I am a real fan of these fragrances. So when I first spray this on, I smell the cherry instantly and I think it's just really, really beautiful. And then about a minute or two later, the leather comes through, and then probably another minute or two later, the smoke comes through and the other notes as well. And all together, I just think this is absolutely beautiful. This is definitely a unisex fragrance. It could possibly lean more towards the masculine than the feminine, but I love it. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. If I was out and about shopping and someone walked past and I smelt this, I would definitely turn around, see who was wearing it, and probably go up to them and ask what they were wearing. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And next I have some lipsticks from the new Chanel Spring collection. I've picked up nearly everything from this collection now. Initially I got the blush and the eyeshadow quad, which I reviewed, and then I did another video where I reviewed the Chanel Delise quad against the Chantecaille, and then finally I was able to get my hold on these and also the highlight sticks as well. So I really can't choose between these. I think these are all really lovely. The lip inks are just beautiful. The Rouge Coco Balm, this one is in Pink Delight. I want to pick up the other one as well. I am wearing this one today. I think it is a really beautiful colour. And I'm just going to put a little bit more on. Very light, very pretty colour. So this is the Pink Delight. I can't remember the name of the other one, but I definitely want to pick that one up. And then we've got the two lip inks. One is more rose base, and this one is called Gourmandise. So I'll just swatch this one on the back of my hand. As I was saying, I did a video on these where I did a try on with them as well. And then the other one, I think it's called Tinted, I think that's how you pronounce it. And I'll put that beside it. This is probably my favourite out of the two. I just think this is really, really beautiful. I also love the formula of the lip inks as well. I think they're really easy to apply, and even though that they are matte and long wearing, I don't find that they dry down. With some matte liquids or lipsticks, I can find that they dry down too much, and for me that starts to emphasize the lines on my lips, and I don't like that. I don't have that issue with these. I think they are really, really lovely. And of course this is least pigmented, but I think it goes beautifully with this eye look today. And this is more, these are what I wear less often. This is the type of shade for my everyday makeup. It just gives just a little bit of pigment. I like it that it's a balm and really hydrating on the lips, and I also find that just really easy to reapply throughout the day. And next is a hair product, and this is new to me, and this is the Oribe. This is the Anti-Humidity Spray. So once I've styled my hair this morning, I air wrapped it. So whether I straighten it or air wrap it once it's dry, then this has a really fine mist on it, and you just spray this all over, and it just helps from, especially with my hair because it's naturally curly, it can get a little bit frizzy if I'm not careful. It's always trying to fight back to get to a curl. I find this really lovely, and once you put it on, you can't really feel that it's on there at all. There's no crunchy feel or anything like that. I think that this works really, really well, and I've probably used about half of the can. I've been using it every day since I got it, or each time that I need to use it as a final step when I'm doing my hair, but I'm definitely going to pick up a backup. I think it's really, really beautiful. The spray also has what they say is a light hold as well. It doesn't feel like a hairspray at all, but what I love about this is it just stops my hair just from getting frizzy throughout the day. This is a really great product, and I am definitely going to be buying another one once this finishes. Actually, when I do my next order from Mecca here in New Zealand, I'm going to pop this in the cart because I'd like to have a backup of this. It is really, really lovely. And last but not least is a Dior product, and they've put out as limited edition. These are the Dior, this is the mattifying papers, and this is the little holder that it comes in, and it sort of has a spongy feel to it, and it has quite a generous mirror inside, and the little papers, they were initially sitting in here, and you just slide them in down here, and this is great. You can just pop this into your handbag. Often there's been times when if I go out for the day, I'll take a pressed powder with me, something like the Hermes, the mattifying powder, and then also pop in this, something like this. This is the Sonia G, this is the buffer brush. I have this one, this is the travel size, and I also have the size here. This one here is the smooth buffer, and both the travel size and this one are just quite good to pop into my bag. But instead of taking those two products, I can take this. Now, years and years ago, I did buy mattifying papers. They weren't Dior ones, they were Bobbi Brown ones, and they came in quite a similar type of packaging. It was like a faux leather. I don't know whether they still sell them, and I used to find them really handy as well. So what I'll do is I'm going to take one off. So you just lift up the cover there, and it just tears off really, really easily, and just perfect for those little touch-ups during the day. I think these are a great product. So there were quite a few new products for me to try in March, and unlike in February where I think I had at least one makeup fail. One was that new Gucci foundation, which I didn't like at all. All of the makeup for March has been really, really beautiful. So I'm looking forward to trying some new products in April. The Suku, the pre-summer, some of that should be coming soon, and I'm really excited to try that out. I think it's going to be really, really beautiful. And as well as reviews of new makeup, I'm also trying to, at the moment, I have been successful since the start of the year, and that's doing get ready with me videos, and that's using makeup that's already in my collection, and I've been really enjoying those videos. I've been trying to get one uploaded once a week, and as long as things don't get too busy, I should be able to continue with that throughout the year. So that's it for today's video. I'd love it if you gave it a like and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.